Well, hello, welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Hey, today's a special day. I want to share it with you. Well, I've just given my yard a clean up, pulling a few weeds here and there. Work with the scuffle hoe every day or so, and yeah, things are starting to look nice around here. Hey, listen, I just wanted to give you a garden tour on this special day and show you what's going on and how things are progressing. We had a really good week of rain, and it's really perked up the garden and livened everything up. And you know what else happened? Overnight, last night, my channel hit 200,000 subscribers, and I'm so blessed and humbled by that. You guys are awesome. Thank you for subscribing to our channel, and that just tells me that you guys care enough about what we do here, and you find it valuable enough to subscribe and watch the videos. And that's an amazing milestone. I'm going to have a celebratory live stream, and I'm going to aim for Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday, and yeah, probably about 6 o'clock in the evening, and we'll just chat together and talk together and enjoy each other's company. Last live stream I think we did was 150K, maybe. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't do live streams nearly as much as I would like, so maybe we'll change that. So this coming Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be on, and we'll have a live stream, and we'll just talk, have fun, ask questions. Yeah, they're always a fun time. All right, let's go look around the garden. Gonna start with the fruit trees this time. Yeah, apricot's growing well, looking good. That was put in on New Year's Day. Plum tree, it's about as tall as I want it to get, so this summer, around the middle of summer, we will prune that tree back. And peach tree, wow, this peach tree is growing great. We're gonna let this tree grow and grow and hopefully get some fruit next year. I haven't got any stone fruit yet. I expected this tree to give me fruit this year, but it doesn't look like it's going to. So maybe it just needs to establish a little more, and maybe we'll get fruit next year. But we are getting fruit on our apple trees. Look at that. I've already thinned, did some thinning. We've got a couple of fruits on this tree. It didn't give us but 5, I think. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'll take it. 3rd year apple tree. That's a golden Dorset. This is a new addition. This is a King David apple tree, and it is blooming. I love apple blossoms. I'm not sure if King David is self-fertile. Some apple trees will give you fruit without having a pollinator nearby, but it's often said that that's not very good quality fruit. But that's the newest tree, King David. Over here we've got fruit on our shell of Alabama. Actually, this is the golden Dorset. The other one I showed you first was the shell of Alabama. These are the 3 early varieties of these shell of Alabama, golden Dorset, and that one there, which is Anna. This guy hasn't woke up yet. What are you? Reverend Morgan. This was developed here in the Houston area, and it's just now starting to pop bud there. So that and the Fuji apple tree are late season apples, so they're just now coming out of dormancy. This big mess here is my goji berry plant, but look, my goji berries are down here. If you dig around, they're loaded with blossoms down in the lower layers. Got to be careful, these have little thorns. They're not super sharp though. So we're going to get some goji berries this year for the first time. Yeah, that plant is very, very much established, and I probably should put it on a trellis and trim it to keep it out of the blackberries, which are putting on fruit heavily as well. Yeah, this makes me happy. We'll have a little bit more fruit this year than we had last year. Let's take a look at this little raised bed here. We've got our onions going to seed. Those are like chives. I think they were labeled chives, but I just treat them as green onions. But they're going to seed. I'll keep some of that seed. We have a volunteer sweet potato. We have all our bee flour mix, and I expect this flour mix to have different kinds of flowers blooming at different times. Got some basil in there, and we've got our cilantro, which is going to seed so that we can collect the seed as coriander. There's Lucy growing back from the freeze. Lucy is a Meyer lemon tree, and that is just, what, not 3 months, about 2 months of growth. Yeah, Lucy will pop back quickly. This is Lucy 3.0, and this tree produces so many lemons that we don't know what to do with them all. Let's go look at the other citrus. I grow citrus in pots, mostly, so that I can take them inside during a freeze. So these, all 3 of these have not been touched by the freeze, all 4 of these. I have a mandarin here, which has got little oranges all over the, it's loaded. They're everywhere. You can see all these young fruits here and clusters of them. We won't get all of these. The tree will drop some of them and kind of self-thin, but it's encouraging. This is the Persian lime. It's got a few little fruits on it. This is the Sanguinelli blood orange, and it's got lots of little fruits on there. And again, it will drop some of its fruit. And then this is the key lime, and it is blossoming, and I anticipate we'll get some fruit off of that. Yeah, citrus. I love citrus. Before we get too far, here's progress on the currants, the black currant and the white currant. If you remember when we put these in, these guys were like dead little twigs, bare root little twigs, but look at them now. This one had blossoms on it, but I don't think any fruit will be coming out of that. But they're certainly healthy. And of course, in this bed, these borage, we've got a cat fight. You tell him, Phoebe. Where's the kitty? Where's the kitty? Where's the kitty cat? Also in this bed, every year my borage self-seeds, and we get some borage plants that come up. Now what my plan is to take some of those and dig them out and put them in a pot, since this is a permanent home for my berries now. Check out my pawpaw trees. These pawpaw trees are probably a zone south, one zone further south than they ought to be, but we're going to try it anyway. I want to have some pawpaws, and I'm going to put these in the ground permanently, but I haven't determined where yet. So they're living temporarily in a pot, and I need another genetically different variety to pollinate these guys. These are the same variety. These are Collins Select, and I have another one, but it's just now waking up, and I'm not sure that one's going to do, because it's a tiny little dude. It struggled last year. I think I need a more vigorous grower. Fig trees are popping back from the freeze, and I have cut some of them back already, but look at that growth. Can't complain about that. I did fertilize all these potted fruit trees recently. See here, we've got shoots coming up from way down low. We've got shoots coming out from this wood here. We've got a living branch there. So this tree, we'll cut that back as we start to see a little more where things are living and where they're dead. Barbados cherry tree, also called the southern cherry tree. I haven't seen fruit, but it fruits more in the summer. So we'll see if we get some fruit off of that. This is its second year here. All right, let me show you our seedlings and what the rain has done. Look at that. They've got so big, especially those right there. Those are Edox tomatoes, and I'm going to plant those this week. Those Edox tomatoes were about this big when I put them in there about a week and a half ago. This is the cutting we took when we thinned our indeterminate tomato plant. I forgot what variety we thinned. I'd have to go look back on the video, but that's growing quite nicely, and the rain really perked it up. So yeah, all these are ready to go somewhere into the garden. More figs coming back from a frozen winter. Yeah, I'm so glad that this one is popping leaves. That's a nice little structure there, that fig tree. And the herb bed is going crazy. That dill is going absolutely crazy. Yeah, I love a good herb bed. Right here, does anyone know what this is? I do. This is a peanut plant, and I'm just leaving it in there as a novelty because it's growing from a peanut that found its way into my compost, which found its way into this garden bed. It's pretty cool, huh? All right, here's the newest addition. This is the pomegranate that we received as a gift from Ivy Organics. Ivy Organics sent out to all its affiliates this pomegranate plant. And I forgot the variety, but it is the variety that always wins the best taste. It starts with a P. Parfinka? I'll have to look it up. But yeah, it's looking a little bit worse for wear, but it's putting on some new growth. It'll recover just fine. Yeah, here's my other current plants that we have. We'll see if we can grow them in a container. And man, I can't wait to get some fruit from those. Yeah, so this little area really perked up because of the recent rain. The potted tomato plants back here are going crazy and I need to prune them. We pruned that one over there. I think that's the one we pruned. Yeah, that's the one we pruned. What kind is it? It's a lemon boy. So the cutting that we took from this plant and put in a little pot is a lemon boy. And look, we've got some fruit already. That's encouraging to see. And my elderberry, this elderberry gets froze back every single year. Never produces elderberries because it doesn't have a pollinator anywhere nearby. Oh well. Muscadines are going crazy. I mean, this is just insane how much they grow and how fast they grow. These will be a shaggy mess in a month, but we're going to get fruit from these muscadine vines like we do every year. Cucumbers starting to come up. Probably ought to try to put some seeds in over there. Actually, I'm not going to bother because these things grow so vigorously. We'll have plenty of cucumbers. They're putting on their first pair of true leaves. Yeah, cucumbers. Got to have some pickles. There's a little open space right here that I'm going to put some of my tomatoes and peppers over there in here. But I'm going to have a lot left over. Little pepper plants. They'll take off when it gets a little bit warmer. But the tomato plants are doing fine. This is a large jalapeno pepper. It's doing well. And several kind of pepper plants in here are struggling because of cutworms. And I took some video with my phone the other morning of a cutworm that's doing damage to the plants in this hole. And that's why I took a mature pepper, a larger pepper plant, and plugged it in here, because the little guys that I had been putting in here, 3 of them, 3 in a row, got cut down. And I thought, well, if I put a more mature plant in there with a heavy, thick stalk that's almost turned woody, that cutworm won't be able to cut it down. And sure enough, he's not able to cut the plant down, but he's able to climb up here and cut the leaves off. That makes me mad. This is how you know a cutworm has been around. If your plant is small, the cutworm will take the whole plant down. Now, the problem with cutworms is they're hard to find. They are in the soil. You can dig around in the soil, and guess what you'll find? You'll find one of these guys. Let me get him out. There. There's the cutworm. I found him in the soil. So we can make him go away now. A little check on the onions. Some of these onions are putting up flower heads, and I don't know if that changes the flavor or the bulbing habit of that individual plant. I'm going to have to research. But what I have noticed is one of these varieties down in here, they're starting to bulb up. I could actually harvest some small onions from there, but we're going to give them some time and watch them bulb up. These are the red onions down here, and I don't see them bulbing up as much, although a few of them are. There's some white onions here too, and it's the white ones that seem to be putting on these flowers. And well, maybe we'll let it go to seed. Beside the onions, we've got some more open space to put some of our seedlings in. And our beans, well, they've found the trellises and they're climbing the trellises. That's the Seychelles variety from Johnny's Seeds, growing besides the leeks that could be, well, we could start harvesting these leeks at any time. My chef brother-in-law tells me that chefs prefer tender, small leeks like these guys. They're not big, giant clubs that you get at the grocery store. So I think I'm going to make some leek soup. Finally, in bed 3, I've got some indeterminate tomatoes. I've got them caged, and that cage right there, that red one's too small. I might have to put a cage on top of that. And yeah, they're growing just fine. And I've got some more space in here. This is where I'm going to plant. I'm going to take these leeks out and compost them. This is where I'm going to plant my Edox tomatoes that I'm going to trellis to a single string. And hopefully we haven't lost too much time this year with the winter cold snap delaying our planting. Those seem to do, that variety, that Edox variety, seem to do good in the summer heat. So hopefully we have time. Finally, we have the brandywines that we planted from cheap grocery store seed, and they're doing great. I did find an army of worms in here, and we hand-picked them and got rid of them because they were causing all that damage down in there. When you see that, just start looking. You know, look under the leaves. There's one right there, you can see. We didn't get them all. And we've got this guy right here giving us some tomatoes. So I'm happy we're going to have some tomatoes this year. Somebody asked me about this owl. This is Wilson, the one-eyed wonder owl. That's what my son named him. And he was purchased to scare off birds and squirrels from the garden. Well, the mockingbirds sit on his head, and we really don't have a squirrel problem ever since we got rid of our bird feeder. So we had a bird feeder over in our Bradford pear trees, which we cut down. So Wilson just kind of hangs around. But no, he doesn't work with the birds. There's the garden. All the rain we've had has really caused this garden to green up and get real nice and lush, and gave a quick spurt of growth to all those tender little tomato plants over there. Couldn't be more happy. So many of you have responded positively to my question as to whether or not I should have merch and whether or not I should have an Amazon store that you can purchase the products that I use in my videos. And I think I'll look into setting that up. I've already got a line on a merch supplier. I just need to design some things, and I'm having creative block. Phoebe will feature heavily in my merchandise since she is the employee of the month every month. And maybe the Hole Maker 5 million. I'll have a shirt or sticker or whatever for the Hole Maker 5 million. Some of the funny things that you know, we kind of tropes that we use around here to keep the humor going. But yeah, Phoebe is certainly one of the stars on my channel, and I thank you for all the Phoebe love. She's looking at me because she hears her name. But yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to have some stickers and stuff like that. And you know, if you're not into that, that's great. But so many of you said you'd buy stuff, and if it was priced right, and I believe in pricing it right. So, hey, thanks again. Thanks so much for 200,000 subscriptions. And I have had, YouTube tells me that in the last 3 weeks or so, I've achieved 15 million views on my videos. That's astounding to me. And of course, during the springtime, we always get an arc in our stats, viewers, of you guys watching our videos, because, well, spring's when we garden, right? And then in the summer, it goes down, and then in the winter we get a little hump. But that's how gardening is, and I'm just so touched that you guys follow our videos and you think that we have enough to offer that you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you to do so. And yeah, we just teach backyard gardening and also backyard orchard culture with the fruit trees. And if you'd like to learn about those things, please hang out with us. Hey, I'll see you hopefully on Wednesday evening at, did I say 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for a live stream to celebrate. You can ask questions, and we'll just hang out together. Take care. Happy gardening. Bye-bye. Where's the kitty? kitty cat? Where's that kitty? Yes, ma'am. You tell him. Good girl.